Story coming up when Monday Night Countdown. We can talk about their eras, the best era of Buffalo football, the recent one with Kelly and Thurman, Andre and Bruce. 6 straight playoff appearances, 4 AFC titles in a row. Next, the early Bills, who played at War Memorial Stadium downtown in Buffalo, made it to the AFL Championship game in '64, '65, and '66. After that, the Bills franchise went into a slump. Just 1 playoff appearance in the ensuing 13 years. That's why the 1980 team holds a special place in the heart of some Western New Yorkers. Those Bills, tonight's distant replay.
After smoldering in mediocrity for a decade, including 20 straight losses to the Dolphins, the Bills would rise from the ashes in 1980.
Ferguson rolling out, looking, throws toward the end zone, and it goes for the touchdown.
And when it was over, I thought Buffalo had won the Super Bowl. The goalpost came down, the people danced on the field. It was like unbelievable. I mean, I couldn't believe that there could be this type of emotion for a regular season game.
At the center of it all was Chuck Knox, a coach who could speak volumes in just a few words.
I have pages and pages of them. We're going to go to Detroit. We're going to be like hitmen. We're going to make the hit and get the hell out of there.
We're going to play Buffalo Bills football.
We're going to play Bills football.
A faint heart never won a fair maiden.
Your actions speak so well. I can't hear what you're saying.
No need to hear what you say. Go out there and do it.
Knox did just that, bringing in some old faces to nurture his young team.
We changed a lot of the personnel and brought in some players that had been proven winners to give us some toughness. The Conrad Doblers, Frank Lewis, Phil Villapiano.
Madness and mirth. These characters injected the Bills with a much-needed dose of attitude.
Chuck Knox used to always tell us, if you'd spend more time studying a game plan as you do setting up your next party in the town we're going to, you guys would be great. If you guys ran these 10 wind sprints, you could be great. And I'd look at him and say, well, listen, how many wind sprints we have to run if we just want to be pretty good? You know, we don't want to be great, Coach. We're too old. We're past our prime. We're just old guys. We just want to be pretty good.
Yet in 1980, the Bills brushed with greatness. That season, their Bermuda Triangle defense was ranked #1 in the league.
Joe, get him in! Joe, get him in there!
On offense, the blue-collar Bills were led by a couple of Joes. Quarterback Joe Ferguson was Mr. Reliable, and running back Joe Cribbs finished as the AFC Rookie of the Year.
We all decided in training camp to win. It wasn't too long before a song was going to happen because we had such great team camaraderie.
And we would break out in a meeting, and you know how you hear a song, it just stays in your head? Up the hall we would go, and everybody's still singing, I've got a feeling. I got a feeling Buffalo is going to the Super Bowl. We took pride in it. And then the saying started going around, you know, we're talking proud.
Buffalo's got a spirit, talking proud, listen up, and you'll hear it.
Yes, after much suffering, the fans in Buffalo finally had something to feel good about.
It's time to tell them all we're up and standing tall.
Buffalo hadn't seen anything like this, I don't think, ever. I don't care how many yards O.J. Simpson ran. No, there couldn't have been a town more fired up.
In the season finale, that fire would be tested in the San Francisco rain.
This was a game that we had to win. We had to win this game.
If we go 10-6, we're not even in the playoffs.
It was rainy. The field was a mess. But I can still remember, man, San Francisco came up with that Hail Mary pass. Are we going to knock it down? And Phil and Isaiah Robinson both jumped up, and they knocked that ball down. And I remember saw them going out there in the field and just jumping around in mud and laying there and just having a blast.
Although the 1980 Bills ultimately fell in the playoffs, their call to battle would sound again, echoed by the Super Bowl teams of the early 90s.
There is a poem that is to Sir Andrew.
It was by an unknown British poet in the 15th century about a Scottish warrior.
Fight on, my men, Sir Andrew says, a little I may hurt, but yet not slain.
I'll just lie down and bleed a while, and then I'll rise and fight again.
There's a certain chemistry, and you can't bottle it, you can't preach it, you can't lecture it. It just happens. And that's what happened up there in Buffalo in 1980.